What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live to do a money mindset training for this Saturday's training. I'm so excited to be back on schedule and in my humble abode because it was a little weird this week being able to do lives randomly, not scheduled. Yes, I know that's good for me, but I kind of realized that I'm a routine kind of girl. So I'd like to see how everybody else is with vacations and not being on your normal schedule, especially with toddlers. Let's just say it was a little bit weird. So I'm going to give you guys a second to pop on here. Hi, Leanne. Nice to see you. I need to text you, by the way, so don't let me forget. Hello. So go ahead and put 1 in the comments if you're watching this live. Put 2 if you're watching the replay. Put new if you've never seen my videos before. Put new. I'd love to connect with you and say hello. If you share this video, you are going to get a special shout out from me and a special comment back. Also, I want to hear where you guys are going on vacation this summer. So if you've already gone on vacation, you have a vacation planned, put that in the comments. I'd love to hear where everybody's going because with our kids being so small, we tend to not go very far right now, and we like to live vicariously through others. So go ahead and let me know where you guys are going this summer for vacations. I would love to see what you guys are up to. It's always fun to see that. So for those that don't know, we just got back from a week-long trip up north. We live in Texas, but we flew up to Wisconsin. My father-in-law has a cabin on tons and tons and tons of acreage. And I've been there before, but this is the first time Elise has been there and the first time the whole family went, and it was a little crazy. So it was good. It was just a little crazy. So I realized that I am obsessed with my business and my companies and my working, and you guys, it's like a thing. Like I'm totally addicted. So I didn't really know what that looked like for me. So if you can identify, I feel you. I think vacations are good. They absolutely are, but it feels so good to be home and just sleep in our own beds, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about mindset training today, specifically money mindset, because I want to talk about why you don't have enough money. I want to talk about the thinking behind it, the psychology behind it, because I've done a lot of studying on this, so I'm not just making this up, but I can also speak from personal experience and experience of my coaching clients that I work with, and I've also been in a specific abundant mindset money programs too, to work with alongside other women too. So I've kind of seen it in different aspects, and the struggle is real. So put a 3 in the comments if you feel like when the end of the month comes, you've heard this before, there's not enough money for the month. What is the quote? Somebody put it in the comments. There's not enough month at the end of the money, or not enough money at the end of the month. How's it go? I'm totally not good with quotes. I'm not good with jokes either. Ask Scott. Like I'm horrible. I ruin them every time. I just can't remember them. So if you feel like the end of the month comes and you're like, okay, we have no extra money, we have, we're putting stuff on credit cards, like we just can't get ahead. Okay. Even if your financial situation changes, this is often still the case for people, okay? So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that and what you can do about it, okay? So also stay till the end. I have a special announcement that I'm doing for some of you. So you guys are eligible for something really, really exciting I've never done before, and I'm going to do something really cool. So stay till the end for that. Okay, so I got to thinking, lately, as you guys know, I'm in transition right now financially because I'm scaling back from a corporate job. I'm part-time now, working on doing this full-time, working from home. And so all my finances are different right now. So there's a lot of unpredictability, right? And so when we were gone, I was just kind of thinking like, gosh, I don't even know what's coming in, what's going out. Like I have to kind of get a grasp on it. And I do a budget and stuff like that, but it's all changed. Well, I got to thinking, this is so silly, and this is why it's silly. I am making more money than I've ever made in my entire life, yet I'm still worried about money. Like it's just there for people, right? And I know, like deep-rooted, I know it will all come as it needs to. I will be taken care of. And I also got to thinking about what if there was always going to be enough money for you your whole life? Like just give me a second, just step back for a minute. What if, like if you think about the universe and us, being here on this planet and living a lifetime, what if money would always be taken care of? Meaning, what if there was enough for you? What if you were the one that was thinking there wasn't enough? But what if there always was? And also what I like to think about, and we'll talk about the evidence in a second, we can look at your history and look at, have you had enough money? We're going to look at that too. But it really got me thinking, oh my gosh, like we all do this to ourselves, even when we have enough money. Like, have you ever gotten a raise or a promotion and you're still feeling like you just don't have enough money? This is why. It's absolutely true, okay? The reason being is because we have old limiting beliefs, and I have old limiting beliefs, and you do too. So we're going to tackle those. So the first thing you want to do to change it is you want to find the truth, okay? So ask yourself, have I always had enough money? Meaning, have my necessities always been taken care of my whole life, okay? I even know there's a girl that follows me in here that was living in a car last year. So her basics weren't taken care of. She didn't have a roof over her head, but she did have a car, right? She wasn't living on the streets. But most of us watching this have not been in that situation, right? So the basics have always been taken care of. You've always had enough food. You've always had clothing. You've always had shelter, okay? The basics. Now, a lot of us have first world problems. So maybe you're like, well, I want to go on vacation and I want to pay for my kids' college. Like that's a different level, okay? And it's great to have those dreams and desires and goals, like absolutely. But I want you to just break it down a second because there's a lot of fear around money. We fear we're not going to have enough. We fear our house is going to be taken from us or our cars or whatever, okay? So if you think about it, even if you've, had a car repossessed or you've gone bankrupt, like have you bounced back from it? Did you make it through? If you're watching this, the chances are you probably did make it through. So first, I want you to just think about the reality. Find the evidence. Look around and ask yourself, am I okay? Right now in this moment, am I okay? Am I breathing? Okay. Did I have lunch today? Okay. If you had lunch today or breakfast, you lifted your head off the pillow, you had a pillow, you're okay. So just take it down a notch, just slow your roll because those fears can be very debilitating and they can kind of paralyze us. So you want to break through that, okay? Your needs are taken care of. Second, I want you to come up with a new belief and I want you to repeat it daily. So a new belief, so you might have a belief that money doesn't grow on trees. Did you ever grow up with that or hear that? I heard that all the time. Or I always noticed my dad was always losing his job. He could not keep a job to save his life. He couldn't pay child support consistently. When he had a job, he made great money. So he would like buy us all this stuff. So it was always like, we had a ton of stuff or we had nothing. And so for me, that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought money was. And anytime I had a lot of money in my life, I always spent it. I used to have a major spending problem. I don't anymore, but I used to. I just would spend it all because that's what I grew up with. So we all, thanks Heidi. So we all have our thing. We absolutely all have our thing that we grew up with. Even if you grew up with parents that were very successful, you might see earning money as you have to work your ass off. You might see it as I have to work so hard, I can never get a break. I have to work until I'm 65. I can never have any downtime or vacation or any fun, and that's how I earn money. Okay, you need to change that because that's not true, okay? So you have to look at what you grew up with, look at any conditioning, any programming that's there, and then you need to change it. You need to reframe it. So here's my favorite reframing statement, so you can come up with your own. My favorite is, I have more than enough to live comfortably and give abundantly. I have more than enough to live comfortably and give abundantly. That to me is everything, meaning I have enough. I'll be okay, like our needs will be taken care of, and I can give when I see fit or when I'm drawn to or when my heart says I want to give and do that. I don't want to ever be held back and feel like I can't give. So you can come up with your own statement, but it's going to be present tense, powerful, makes you feel really good. And you're going to repeat it daily because even if you feel like you have to work on the money part, the money mindset part, it's still going to be there. There's going to be such deep-rooted beliefs, you guys. It takes years and years of working on this, but also it never really goes away. I just told you guys, I just had that thought on vacation when I shouldn't have that kind of thought on vacation. Okay. So if you feel like, gosh, what's my problem? I'm always worrying about money. It takes a lot of reprogramming. So you're going to want to repeat it every day. So I want you to either write it in a journal. Maybe you tell yourself a new story in your journal. Like, I'm so excited because the bills came this month and I had so much extra money left over. I donated a bunch. We're planning a trip. Like, you can tell yourself those things and it reprograms your subconscious to tell you that you're okay. Okay. Now, here's my take home tip. I want you to write a check to yourself. I learned this from Christy Deer, who stole it from Jim Carrey. And you're going to write a check to yourself. And I have one in my closet right now with my big number. I want you to put a number in that check for a monthly income that you want to get paid for July. And I want you to write it to yourself. I always put from the universe. You can put whatever you want with that. And then I want you to date it for whenever you would get paid for July. So maybe August 15th if you're in direct sales. And then I want you to put it somewhere you can see it. Mine is in my closet because I'm in there every day. You can put it wherever you want to. And I want you to take a physical check and I want you to write an amount to yourself that scares you a little bit. So it's going to be more than you've ever made, or maybe as of late. And then it's going to be a bigger amount, something that you could get, but it makes you kind of go, oh, I don't know. Do it, because I am on my my fourth check. So I've been doing it for a year. And what I do is I put a number and I keep looking at that one until I hit it, and then I replace it with a bigger one. And I've done this and I'm on my fourth check. It absolutely works. By the way, my fourth check is more than 3 times my first check. So it grows exponentially and it absolutely works, okay? My check is not $1 million like Jim Carrey was, so you gotta start where you gotta start, but it absolutely works, you guys. It's so incredible. Also, I want you to bless whatever you do have and more will come. I want you to bless whatever you do have and more will come. This is a cool trick I learned from, I think it was in The Secret, but don't quote me on that. But what she said, I thought it was, one of the girls in The Secret that was featured, I think it was one of the girls in there that got interviewed. And she said that every time bills would come, she would pretend it was a check being written to her. And she would say, oh, thank you so much for this, for this money. I really appreciate it. And she would just bless it and she would write the check and mail it off. And she said before she knew it, she started getting random checks in the mail. Put a 4 in the comments if you've ever gotten a random check in the mail. Like we had one time, our escrow was over. And it was so funny because I was like, oh man, whatever. I was just like wishing, doing this kind of work. And I'm like, that'd be so cool if we just got a random check in the mail. It was like $1,500, just randomly got this check in our mail. So that kind of stuff is magical and it absolutely works because you're expecting miracles, you're expecting abundance, you're expecting money to come to you. So when you get those checks in the mail, you guys just pretend and just say, ooh, I'm so excited, I just got this check. Now I know it seems kind of silly, you guys, but the subconscious mind does not know the difference and it absolutely works. Plus, when you bless the things that you do have, you do attract more into your life. So if you go around looking at your house and you're like, I'm so thankful I have a roof over my head. I'm so thankful that I have a bed to sleep in, that I have food in the fridge. I'm so thankful that I can, turn a TV on or go on the internet and do this and have a cell phone and watch videos like this. Before you know it, something else great is going to come into your life. I absolutely promise you. It works every time and it's the best feeling, okay? So my announcement, okay. Put Bootcamp in the comments if you're still not registered for my social media bootcamp. I am taking 30 girls this round. It's not this week, but the week after. I'll give you guys the dates. I'll give you the link if you put Bootcamp in the comments. I know some of you have already registered and I'm so excited to do this with you. So here's my special announcement. The social media bootcamp is basically, it's 8 weeks and it's a crash course of teaching you step-by-step how to build your business successfully online, genuinely and authentically, so you can build a sustainable business long term where you're not like spamming people and turning all your friends away. Like I totally get it. I was so lost when I first started online that I had nothing to go by, and so I did a lot of coaching, a lot of programs, and I've put together everything I've learned in a concise step-by-step program, plus in a small group coaching program or format, I should say. Yeah, you're registered, Leanne. That you will have built-in accountability because it's me. So you have homework you have to do. I'm going to be checking in with you, all that good stuff. So here's what I'm covering in it. We're going to do vision boards. We're going to do goal setting, decluttering, business planning, old beliefs, mindset, affirmations, jumpstart recruiting, daily methods of operation. So we'll get your daily schedule in place, your activity trackers, list building, how to track your leads, how to follow up. We'll do a detailed time blocking, how to delegate. We're going to go over what to post on Facebook, Instagram, Facebook Lives, Facebook Stories, a little bit on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, a little bit on blogging, not much. Words, we're going to talk about how to create your post, your curiosity post. A lot of you don't know what that is, but attraction marketing, we're going to go over all of that stuff. We're going to go over recruiting, prospecting, scripts, what to say to people, how to close, how do you find leads, cold leads, how do you turn it into warm market. We're going to go over to set up your Facebook group. This is one of my favorite parts. How do you make it into an ATM machine where you can automatically add people to a group, expose them to your product or business, and then be able to follow up with them? So I'm going to teach you how to set up your groups for that. We'll go over raffles. We'll go over how to build an army of customers through your current customer base. We'll go over leadership, taprooting, team calls, all kinds of books. I mean, it's crazy, okay? So if you want the link, put Bootcamp in the comments and I'll get you guys the information on that. The first 10 that register, we're almost at 10. So whoever signs up in the next 1 or 2 people will probably be tapped out. But for those people, the first 10 to register get an 8-part video series downloadable on Instagram, how to build your following on Instagram, which I think is the way to go. It's the fastest growing platform on social media. And last, if you register by the 15th of July, you will be eligible to get a complimentary one-on-one coaching session with me. So we will do my full-on coaching session, and we're gonna go over your business, what you're struggling with. You're probably feeling like a hot mess and you need somebody just to come in and say, okay, go do this, this, and this. This is how you gotta get some momentum, get some traction, get freaking organized. You will get a coaching session with me, and I've never done that before. So I would love to extend that to you guys. You'll be eligible to win that if you register by the 15th. And last but not least, Monday night, I have a social media training on my personal page right here, back at Kimberly Olson at 8 p.m. Monday night Central Time. I'll see you back then. Back on schedule, back in my office, feeling my zen, feeling so happy. I worked out today too, so that always helps. And I have to tell you guys something really funny. I always take amino acids and put them in water before I work out, because I have to be careful with blood sugar and stuff like that. So it just gives me a little something, and I do believe in the benefits of amino acids, whatever. Well, the girls want some, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of crazy. I mean, it's pretty clean what I have, but still. So what I do is I fill up their little water sippy cup thing, almost like 3/4 water, and then I put my amino acid juice in there, and they call it running water. So when I went to pick them up in the little drop-in area today at the gym, the lady's like, so that running water is making them really fast, huh? Like, they're just playing, and they were so pumped about it. They were telling everybody that they had running water. Hilarious. Just had to throw that out there. Okay, so you guys have an awesome weekend. Go recruit, go be awesome. We can make July the best month ever, and I hope I can see you guys in the boot camp. I'd really love to help you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye.